we're playing Avowed again. I changed a setting because remember how last time I said that I noticed that I was watching like the streams back and that it seemed blurry whenever I moved and stuff like that. I tried. I was looking on Reddit and they were. It was people talking about basically that 180p isn't. Twitch ends up making it look worse whenever you're moving, and so like my bitrate is as high as it can be. It's set to be sick like it's set to go as high as it can. So like the max, it'll go up to 6,000. Um, so the only thing that I could think about was the resolution, and so I changed the output resolution to 720p, so that way you guys it may be able to like it may have a lower quality kind of, but at least you would it would not do that blurry thing. I don't know if that's true though. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. We're gonna do this stream, and I'm gonna be looking at shit and seeing if it works. But let's get into it. I was trying to buy me some BBL from Gamer Subs, but shit was sold out. Now hold on. I want to see something. Well, no, I'd have to do it later because I can't.
They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think.
Oh, Sansa. Here you are.
Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're doing?
Whatever it takes to show Paradis they're in charge.
What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere?
How did you escape?
I took my notes and bolted when they came through Hightown. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. Gods, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help.
You've done enough.
You always were a forgiving friend.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a discount. You know, for saving the city and everything.
It can't hurt to look. Oh my fucking god, Adraban. I'll take 3. I did need this. I did need this too. But I didn't I need to sell some stuff? Yeah, I did. Okay, let me sell some shit. I wanted to get rid of this. This can't even compare now. There we go. Now I'm back to 137,000. That's good enough. Oh, I did need glass with branches. Let me buy a few of those. Who's up here?
Why is there snow here?
A familiar face. We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always a prodigious and welcome sight.
Oh, yes. Always a pleasure to see you, too.
Paradis burns, thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
I killed Lodwyn at Mount Fortune.
She must have come back to life. Again. I suppose we couldn't be lucky enough for her to stay dead.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions.
I freed Sopadol. That is incredibly world-changing.
Perhaps. A new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences.
Whether good or bad.
Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
The decision I made was what felt correct in that moment.
Wise answer, that. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire.
I hope it ends in a long nap after some excellent food.
Mortal comforts are so very adorable. All you desire are your base needs lavishly fulfilled.
There's still one base
Goodbye,
need I don't
Envoy.
have.
And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Okay, this would be the where you would go to the Emerald Stair.
Giata, where have you been? Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock.
Good thinking, nice to see you.
Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald Stair is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before.
Now we just need to keep the living lands from descending into war.
Easier said than done, I suppose. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Elia. My compliments to the flock, as always.
We know you. Did you help us? We must have seen you.
Oh
in a
shit!
dream.
How? Wait, didn't she have the Dream Scourge?
Fidelio sang for us. We must help him.
How's Casagrada?
As prepared as he'll ever be.
Who knows? Maybe all this will make a hero.
Let's see. I have unspent ability points. Okay. Ranger, fighter. Let's see here. I want to upgrade this one. This one's fully upgraded. Nice. That's fully upgraded. Yeah. This is about as good as I think I'm gonna get.
So, here we are. The first and last battle for the living lands.
We can only hope it's the last.
Try praying instead of just hoping. That might work better for you. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is free, and the Dream Scourge is gone. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up.
We have unfinished business with the Steel
I
Garrote.
intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote, and it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, so let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind.
We all have.
I think that's enough wool gathering for now. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Make sure it's ready for war. Don't stay up too late. I'll tell you whatever I know. If I must.
Where's Kratos when we need him? The God of War.
We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there. You liberated the god of the living lands. Now they are unchained, free to do whatever they want. That's quite a gamble you made.
Would you have done it any different?
I'm not sure. Too many variables. Regardless, I support your decision. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing their cage like a wild animal. Which means you have leverage over a god. How do you plan on using it?
I'm not gonna use it.
You're probably better off then. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, I'm curious what will happen. We cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions.
This godlike should be a guide for Sapadal, an advisor. I'm sure it'd be fine. Either way, things could not continue as they have. Things could not continue as they have.
For better or worse, change is inevitable. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer, now that one of the gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. The subject matter is a bit much for our little camp.
For you, anything.
You're too kind. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have
I
been a
wish you
part
could
of it.
riz her up.
Until
She's
next
cute.
time. You too.
There you are, Envoy. You ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Understood. Same here. I guess it helps we have a god on our side, right? I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out.
Right, this is just politics.
Someone once told me that war is just applied politics. Never really understood what that meant. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else.
You don't want to hear my speeches?
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I'd just rather not. Talk to you later, Envoy.
Okay then. What I want to do real quick is go to my godlike abilities. I want to put Sapadal's Fury in 1.
Envoy? Is it really you?
You need...
Nihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Makutadek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
I discharged my duty to the Emperor in the Dream Scourge. I met the god of the living lands.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dreamthrall still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Wodaka imprisoned them. Sapadal is the god of the godless and the god of the living man. Wodaka imprisoned Sapadal in the garden. I let them out.
Wodaka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Naku Tedek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
We saw similar destruction at Nakuku Bell. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
You're stupid. I could no more leave a young god to rot in a cage than I could a kith child.
Altruism is fertile ground for folly, I've found.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Sapadal's power ravaged my people. I don't know that I can ever trust it.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now.
But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
I distinctly remember killing Lodwin on top of Mount Fortune.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwine's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
She's gonna try and kill me again, isn't she?
Regrettably, she's not in the business of making exceptions for people she deems Oathbreaker. So long as her passion for Wodaka lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Good!
Oh, good. That will be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
What did you know about this tech?
Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
Yeah.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
I don't know if that's what happens next.
Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
How about a united living lands?
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
Turn inward.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
I assume the assembled leaders have
Though I'm
thoughts.
hardly eager to work with any of you, I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting if you are.
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with Adir, we're leaving a lot of trade on the table. But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our way through.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? When my people return to Fjord, we could create such miracles of animancy, the Living Lands would
Kinda
become the
pause on the
breadbasket of
animancy.
the world.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it.
God damn, this is America!
Surrender.
USA!
Freeing someone
USA!
else's laws and
USA!
authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Tell me about the other possibilities.
Of course.
Where are you and I on this decision? I already know what I'm fighting for. No. I know what I would like
Well,
to do.
don't leave me in suspense.
We're making a fucking colony. It would be best if the Living Lands became an official colony. No. I think we should attempt a referendum. I believe we should fight for the United Living Lands. What is a referendum? I don't know.
Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her Wardens stand vigil with the Living Lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the Living Lands.
Fjord and her animancers stand with the Living Lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradise, and eventually the island.
And I will meet Lodwin on the battlefield. Let no man stand who tries to stop
The
me.
Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradise militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Even he's turning against the Empire.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will never forget.
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza.
Understood.
May all the gods of Eora and the Living Lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the Living Lands takes care of its own.
Let's go free a city, shall we?
Okay, I have to use the bathroom. Oh, I ate a steak and it is just fucking rumbling in my tummy. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. For a second, I forgot I was streaming and I sat here on my phone. Okay. Oh. We've decided on a nation of the living lands. Now we need to go back and talk to Giada. Can I just talk to her regularly? No.
Let's talk at camp.
Marius.
You should get some sleep. Big day coming up. Right. Things feel different now. Wrong, somehow. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness.
You're right, it doesn't make sense, but it's necessary.
You know, I've never seen a bear go to war. They fight for survival, not for causes. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine, really. But it's a blessed day Sokka when you think about it.
Politics always is.
Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be all right, Envoy. You go get some blessed day rest.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradise militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased.
I have influence in court. My report on the living lands will change minds. Since when do you care about politics?
Since politics invaded my home. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
The living lands accept for me for who I am. I can't.
All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him.
Noted, thanks.
I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us.
We're going to cross paths with Lodin again. Are you concerned?
In truth, I'm not as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwig is held together by faith, and that may be her undoing.
Because Sapadal challenged her faith?
Precisely. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are.
So I can't just destroy her, I have to destroy her.
That's my point, exactly. I think you already have. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go. Whatever happens, I want to see it for myself.
So you're just basically telling me to kill her again?
For the research. Is it really that obvious? No matter who wins or loses, the living lands won't be the same.
Yeah.
In my heart, I know that's a good thing. Life is impossible without change. And change can be frightening. I just want to put this behind us. I want it to be over. Thanks for talking. I can't wait to give the Steel Garrote.
So you basically said just kill her again. I don't want Adir to take over because Adir's ruled by Wodika, and Wodika will 100% try and do the same shit that they did before. So I don't want them to fuck with Sapadal. That's mainly why I'm doing this. Uniting it. Because Wodika's 100% gonna try and do the same shit again.
Don't just stand there. Ugh, I've got this.
If you insist.
I was worried for a second.
Oh, hello, buddy. How are you?
Let the worst come. I am ready.
Stop right there. Visit a proud.
Nice.
I'm with you. You're under attack.
It's easy when you do it.
Now you.
Not bad, envoy.
Glad that's over.
Alright.
I heard something.
Someone's eager to go.
eastern gate. I'll protect your back.
Foolishness.
Oh. Well, they didn't stand a chance. That was a little laggy.
Make the Inquisitor proud!
What's back here? What are you doing back here?
I thought you left town weeks ago.
The steel girl has gone too far. I'm here to put a stop
About
to it.
time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to.
Where did the Groat siege? Where did the Groat get siege from?
Not from us, that's for sure.
Probably from out here.
You ask me? They've been planning this since before they left the mainland. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it.
I appreciate it.
You shouldn't find much opposition down there. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when?
Is someone up?
Stop right
Oh, down there. Oh! Ooh, what's down here? Oh, I remember where we are. Yeah, this is the underbelly. I remember where we are.
What exactly do you think you're doing? You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the steel garrote. What have you got to say for yourself?
I liberated an imprisoned god and can take care of myself.
That's the worst excuse I've ever heard, and believe me, I've heard it all. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, stop the fighting. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything? Money? Supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
After what we've been through, I need to focus on myself for a while. But I'll stop by and visit now and then. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time.
Who knows? Maybe I'll come back again.
Come on. You know this. You practice.
This tinged and blood-spattered piece of parchment contains a simple prayer to Magrin to inspire courage in battle to her followers. Fear not the flames of conflict, for they shape all things. Through your strength, she makes her will manifest. Walk in her light, and you will find peace.
Just with Uncle Capo 100 times. Tight, but not too tight.
Oh, you've got
Don't
Chico
wanna
doing
cut
the...
off blood flow.
What's up, Chico?
Don't worry about me. Actually, I'm not sure I can do
What's up, fuckers?
We've got company! Oh boy! Welcome to the right side of his...
What's up, fucker? Hi, bitch.
Just go. I've got the plaza under control.
Nice.
That was a close one.
Wodaka demands your submission.
Uh-oh, Inquisitor Lodwin.
Stand against her and fall.
Let's pay Ludwig one final visit, shall we? Let's make sure she
Sup,
stays
fucker?
dead this time.
Time to die, bitch.
There you are.
Yeah, fuck you.
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
Possibly, I know how to break you now.
So you say. But you can't kill me in a way that hasn't been tried already.
I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Silence, child. The adults are talking. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
The living lands will unite and remain free. There's nothing you can do about it.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which
That's
shook
true.
over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist.
That's also true.
As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live.
As usual, you're leaping to conclusions about something you barely understand.
Do not patronize me. I have every right to put down a threat to the Empire. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our trees.
Sapadal's so nice! You won't survive this fight. Giada says you're vulnerable.
If my theory is correct, you're as mortal as we are.
Explain.
The righteousness of the old gods is no longer certain. And for one of your kind, uncertainty is a death sentence.
Interesting theory. But will you stake your life on it? Would you pit your logic against my faith?
My parents died in the name of research. If I must follow their example to the grave, so be it.
Then we'll see who triumphs, child.
That child will kill you if you're not careful, and I'll enjoy watching her do it.
Farewell, Envoy.
There's no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
You won't be missed, Ludwig.
Once I'm done killing you, your god is...
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
Come on!
You know, you kinda suck. Come here, bitch. Oi!
Wodica! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Nuh-uh! Fuck you, bitch! Oh, you did my little spell, didn't you? I can do that too, you know. Ow! Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, Lodwin. You little bitch. No, I gotta get there. Gotta get there. Gotta get there.
Again! Wodica! Help me! One last time! Your
Uh-oh. Nope. Fuck you. Fuck you, you little bitch.
Gather round.
Ow. Fuck. Come here, bitch. Okay, so I need to kill her first. Understood. Because she'll just keep spawning more.
Watch your right.
Cool.
Come on.
Boom.
Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
Boudica's done with her. Get her now.
Ha!
Eckworth and Roth!
Boom!
I've done it better.
Ha!
Wherever Ludwine is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds. His heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada turns away from animancy, charting a new course in life. The old rules don't apply to her. She has no responsibilities other than herself. Writing, music, sailing, sewing, love. She tries everything, masters nothing, and finds the inner peace that eluded her as an animancer. She still carries the phantasmal focus, but it doesn't feel as heavy as before. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yardsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Messiverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come
that's how
to
it
you
should
with
be.
questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living land and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
Well, there you go, people! That is Avowed! Now, I know people have been shitting on this game. I feel like there is some reason to that, some good reason, but I like it. Even Asmongold at first that this game was going to pop off. And then people started to kind of criticize it. No, I mean, good reason. There's a lot of stuff that could be worked on about this game. It's a little cheesy, too. It does have that kind of... I forgot what they call it. It kind of has that DEI, like, kind of odd feeling to it about some of the dialogue and some of the parts, some characters. But, I mean, take it flat-faced, it's a good game. I mean, honestly, I like it. Let's go ahead and skip these credits. That's gonna end, basically, the stream for right now. There is some side quest stuff I guess I could do, but I do kind of want to play the Spider-Man game, so I will probably stream again in like another 2-3 hours. Start playing that, and I want to look back at the stream, see if the 720p fixed anything, made anything less blurry. You know, I'm getting used to it. We're getting more. Thank you for following. You know, I got 6 followers now. That's cool. That's cool. We getting more views. I got like 9 views on the last stream.